Another stack of CDs for you. This one is from Bulgaria. I've got some bands from Greece. I've got some bands from Turkey, band from Israel, Ukraine, and Russia. So let's head it off with Enthrallment. This is an underrated band from Bulgaria, and it's called Burning Fields, this early release. It's a brutal death metal gem. Awesome score. All of their albums are great. Just probably the best band out of that country. So, Enthrallment from Bulgaria. Next up, some awesome Greek death metal. Aimoptysi. This means, it's a scientific technical term about blood. And so their album cover is very appropriate here. This is a really great album. Check this out. The vocals are just amazing. And the riffing is good. And it's a really cool album. Super brutal and fast. A little more recent is Blustery Caveat. This one's amazing as well. Blustery Caveat, Payback and Brutality. Be sure to check that out. A gem from Greece is Horrified in the Garden of Unearthly Delights. Another old Greek classic is Nightfall, Parade into Centuries. Underrated band, Obsecration. The Art of Butchery is great. The Last Vision Before the Obliteration is good. Oceanum Oblivion is good. And this one's pretty well known too, The Inheritors of Pain. But really, all of Obsecration is really good. Kind of an underrated Greek band. I'd recommend check out all this stuff from Obsecration. Next up, old classic, nice reissue is Sarcastic Terror, The Last Active Subsidence. That's some essential old school Greek music. Rare gem, Selefice, Where's the Heaven? I got this kind of recently. It's decent enough. Septic Flesh. Pretty well-known band. This is my favorite release from them by far. Mystic Places of Dawn. Let me know in the comments if you'd recommend another album from these guys. Next up, for you fans of Septic Flesh, Temple of the Lost Race. It's a demo reissued to CD on Flogger Records. It's really good stuff. Next, we move on to Turkey. Awesome brutal death metal, Puke Genital Purulence from Cenotaph of Turkey. I would say this is like, the true Cenotaph. Voluptuously minced. This is just an awesome brutal album on Hammer Music. Cenotaph of Turkey. Just love it. Both of these albums are really good. This one, for sure, is an awesome gem. That's some good, bubbly, brutal stuff. A lot more recent is Molested Divinity. This is one of the most incredible, brutal, recent albums that I've ever heard. Molested Divinity. Desolated Realms Through Iniquity. Check that out for sure. If you got time, look it up. All right, moving over to Israel. This one's Orphaned. Eclectic band, but this it's got nice Middle Eastern sort of hymns to it. Good instrumental music. For fans of good music, definitely Orphaned. Salem. It's been a while since I spun this, but I do remember some good guitar passages. Creating Our Sins. I always thought it was odd. They had two I's in creating our sins. Funny spelling error. Okay, so Ukraine, the band Fleshgore. Fleshgore, brutal death metal from Ukraine. Killing Absorption is, I think, a debut album. And then their earlier EP is this one here. Nice brutal gem EP and an awesome early album. Moving on to Russia. Barbarity. had a few of these, and I do like, I think the third album was good too, but this early one called The Wish to Bleed is a really nice, brutal gem. Barbarity, The Wish to Bleed. Next up, old school Russian, Graveside, Sinful Ascension. Got this one on Toxic Records. It's a rare find. I think it's reissued in other ways. Catalepsy, Autopsychosis. Great production. Really energetic band and album. This is the only album I have from them, but this one's a guaranteed good album. You won't go wrong buying this one. Mental Home is a band that I really like from Russia. This is their Veil album. That's some nice 90s sounding stuff with kind of raspy vocals and very good musicianship from Mental Home. And then finally, a couple more here. Mortem from Russia. Here is their Foeticide and Amputator album. So any of these CDs from Mortem, there's Mortem Peru, but Mortem Russia is also some really good stuff. One band that I discovered kind of recently from Russia is called Rigorism. They've got 3 albums at least, and I've got all 3. And this one is the debut. It's called Human Fear. And it's much different than any kind of other death metal that you've heard because it has sort of a keyboardy gothic sort of interesting vibe to them. Definitely check out Rigorism. And then the last one from Russia is Tales of Dark Nord, Dismissed album. Again, thanks for watching.